Each of us is the author of our own life. From the moment we wake up to the choices we make each day, we are writing a story that is uniquely our own. This story isn't written with pen and paper, but through our thoughts, our actions, our reactions, and how we treat others. Imagine your life as a book. Every day is a new page. Some chapters may be filled with joy, others with pain, growth, love, loss, or triumph. But the beauty of this book is that you get to decide how the next chapter unfolds. You are not a passive character. You are the writer, the narrator, and the protagonist all in one. Your life doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. The most inspiring stories are not about ease, but about endurance, transformation, courage, and authenticity. So take ownership. Embrace the messy, the unpredictable, the beautiful parts. Don't aim for a flawless narrative. Aim for a true one. At the end of your journey, let your story be something you're proud of, not because it was perfect, but because it was real, bold, and written with intention. You hold the pen. No one else has the right to dictate your path unless you give them permission. Taking authorship of your journey means owning your choices, your mistakes, and your victories. Each morning is a fresh start, an opportunity to rewrite, adjust, and grow. Even if yesterday's page was filled with pain or regret, today offers a clean slate. The story isn't over until you stop writing. Don't let one chapter define the entire story. Your past may shape who you are, but it doesn't dictate who you can become. It adds depth and meaning, but shouldn't limit your potential. Too often, people live according to others' expectations, parents, friends, society, but your story should reflect your truth, not someone else's script. Authenticity is what makes your journey powerful. Every compelling narrative has conflict. It's the trials that teach us, refine us, and ultimately lead to transformation. Don't shy away from challenges. They're the heart of any great tale. Live consciously. Set goals, align your actions with your values, and be present. A well-written story is one that reflects clarity, purpose, and passion, not randomness or reaction. Don't whisper your truth. Own your voice, your opinions, your dreams. The world doesn't need more copies. It needs your unique perspective. Your voice gives your story its character. When the final chapter is written, let your life be a story that inspires others. Not because it was perfect, but because it was fearless, honest, and touched others deeply. You are not just a participant in your life. You are the one holding the pen, the one shaping the plot, crafting the scenes, and choosing the tone of your narrative. Every decision you make, every reaction you choose, and every belief you hold contributes to the unfolding of your personal story. The beauty of this truth is empowering. You are not bound by circumstances, labels, or even your past. You have the power to rewrite, redirect, and redefine your journey at any point. Being the author means accepting full ownership. It means realizing that blame, excuses, or waiting for someone else to fix things won't move your story forward. Only you can do that. This doesn't mean everything will be easy or within your control, but your response to life's events will always be your own. You get to choose whether to be a victim or a hero, whether to stay stuck in one chapter or to turn the page and move forward. When you see yourself as the author, you begin to live with more awareness and purpose. You understand that each action, no matter how small, adds something to your character's development. You begin to make conscious choices instead of letting life simply happen to you. Your dreams, your values, your inner voice, these become your guiding pen, leading the story where you want it to go. No matter what has happened in the past, every single day offers a fresh opportunity to write something new. Just like a book where each page carries the potential to take the story in a different direction, your life gives you that same freedom. You're not tied to yesterday's mistakes, regrets, or mischances. Each sunrise invites you to reset the tone, the pace, and the plot of your life. This mindset encourages resilience and hope. When you wake up each morning, you're not forced to continue repeating the same story unless you choose to. You can reflect, learn, and take a new approach, whether that means healing a relationship, making healthier choices, starting a new habit, or taking a bold risk toward a dream. Each day becomes a blank space where you decide what emotions, actions, and intentions you'll bring to it. Even when life feels monotonous or difficult, the power of a new page lies in the small choices. You might not be able to erase the pain of the past, but you can decide how you move forward from it. A shift in attitude, a new goal, a different perspective. These small changes, written day by day, can completely transform the story over time. Just as a single chapter doesn't define a whole book, a single bad day doesn't define your life. You always have another page, another chance to evolve, improve, love deeper, live louder, or simply begin again with more wisdom. Your past, no matter how heavy or complex, is only a chapter, not the entire story of who you are. It may have shaped you, taught you lessons, and even left some scars, but it does not define the totality of your existence. Too many people carry the weight of old failures, painful experiences, and past decisions like permanent labels. But just like a book moves forward through chapters, so can you. It's easy to get stuck rereading the same painful pages, the ones filled with regret, loss, or trauma. But growth begins when you recognize that while those pages were real and valid, they are not the final word. What happened before doesn't dictate what can happen next. Just like in any powerful novel, the protagonist is often tested, challenged, and even broken, only to rise, evolve, and reclaim the story with greater depth and strength. Your past chapters may include mistakes, but they also include moments of courage, survival, and wisdom gained. Every experience, good or bad, has added to your character development. They provide context, but they do not determine your destiny. You have the ability to turn the page, to decide how the next chapters unfold, and to redefine your journey with intention and purpose. Remember, the most inspiring stories are not the ones without conflict. They're the ones where the character grows stronger because of it. So instead of being trapped by your past, let it serve as a foundation from which you launch into a richer, more meaningful future. One of the greatest dangers in life is allowing others to hold the pen that writes your story. From a young age, we are often surrounded by expectations from parents, teachers, society, peers, and even the media. These voices can be loud, persistent, and convincing, shaping our decisions about who we should be, what success looks like, or which paths are acceptable. But the truth is, no one else can live your life for you, and no one else truly understands your dreams, values, and inner battles the way you do. When you let others write your story, you begin to live a version of life that isn't truly yours. You might pursue a career because it pleases your family, stay silent to avoid disapproval, or hide your true self just to fit in. But deep down, a disconnect grows. That inner voice, the one that knows your truth, starts to feel muffled. Over time, living someone else's script can leave you feeling unfulfilled, even if everything looks perfect from the outside. Writing your own story means having the courage to go against the grain when necessary. It means trusting your intuition even when others don't understand. It means saying a no when needed, walking away from situations that don't align with your truth, and carving a path that feels authentic. It requires strength to defy expectations, but that strength leads to freedom, the freedom to be unapologetically you. Living your story also means owning your voice. Don't edit yourself to gain approval. Don't downplay your dreams to make others comfortable. The most powerful and meaningful stories are those told with sincerity and bravery, stories that reflect the true heart of the person living them. No great story is ever complete without adversity. It's the struggles, setbacks, and obstacles that give a narrative its emotional weight, its power, and its depth. In life, just as in any compelling book or movie, the hero doesn't grow during the easy moments. They grow during the hardships. These difficult experiences test character, challenge beliefs, and often break us open, only so we can rebuild with more resilience, clarity, and purpose. Struggles refine us. They teach us patience when we're forced to wait, courage when we face fear, strength when we're knocked down, and empathy when we've suffered. Without pain, joy wouldn't feel as sweet. Without loss, we wouldn't truly appreciate what we have. Without failure, success would feel empty. The journey through difficulty gives context to our triumphs and depth to our growth. It's also important to realize that struggling doesn't mean you're weak or incapable. In fact, choosing to keep going despite the challenges is one of the most courageous acts there is. People often hide their struggles out of shame, but it's in those very struggles that true character is revealed. When you face something hard and still show up, still choose kindness, still chase your dreams, you are writing the kind of story that will inspire others. These low points, the ones you sometimes wish you could erase, often become the turning points, the moments that push you to discover who you really are. They are not the end of your story. They are the chapters that add substance, beauty, and wisdom to everything that comes next. Your life, like a story, doesn't unfold by accident. The most powerful narratives are those written with clarity and purpose, and so it is with your own journey. Being intentional with the plot you create means living with a sense of direction instead of simply reacting to circumstances. It's about stepping into each day with awareness of your values, your goals, and the kind of person you want to become. Too often, people drift through life on autopilot, repeating the same routines, accepting the same limitations, and allowing time to pass without reflection. But just as a skilled author carefully crafts each chapter, you have the power to shape your own plot. This doesn't mean you can control everything, but it does mean you can control your response, your focus, and your next move. Intentional living begins with asking yourself key questions. What truly matters to me? What kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? What makes me feel alive, connected, and fulfilled? When you answer these questions honestly, your choices begin to align with your deeper purpose. The jobs you take, the relationships you build, the habits you develop, all begin to serve a larger vision rather than being random or routine. Creating an intentional plot also means recognizing distractions and detours for what they are. It's easy to get pulled into what others are doing or to chase goals that don't actually resonate with your truth. But when you're clear on your inner compass, you start writing a life that feels meaningful, not just impressive from the outside. Your energy is no longer scattered. It's focused, deliberate, and purposeful, moving the story forward with strength and authenticity. In the story of your life, your voice is your unique signature, the thread that weaves your thoughts, beliefs, experiences, and dreams into something unmistakably your own. Too many people go through life muting their voice, either out of fear, insecurity, or a desire to conform. But when you silence your voice, you silence the most powerful tool you have to shape your reality and connect with others in a genuine way. Your voice isn't just about what you say, it's about how you express who you are. It shows up in your ideas, your creativity, your values, your boundaries, your convictions. It's what sets you apart in a world that often encourages uniformity. When you speak up for what you believe in, when you share your truth without apology, you not only honor yourself but also give others permission to do the same. Finding and using your voice takes courage. It means facing the possibility of criticism, rejection, or misunderstanding. But the alternative, staying silent, blending in, or always agreeing, slowly erodes your identity. Your voice is how you advocate for your needs, declare your vision, tell your story, and take ownership of your journey. Without it, your story risks being written in someone else's language, someone else's tone. When you speak clearly, authentically, and confidently, you bring richness and depth to your life's narrative. Whether through your words, your art, your leadership, or your quiet strength, your voice becomes the heart of your story. It shows the world that you are not just existing. You are fully present, fully awake, and unafraid to be heard. Every story, no matter how long or short, leaves behind a trace, an impression that lives on in the minds and hearts of those who encountered it. In the same way, your life will leave a legacy whether you realize it or not. The question is not if you will leave a mark, but what kind of mark you will leave. Will it be a story of kindness, courage, and growth, or one of fear, regret, and missed chances? Leaving a legacy worth reading doesn't require fame, fortune, or grand gestures. It's about how you live your everyday moments. It's found in the compassion you show others, the integrity with which you carry yourself, and the way you uplift those around you. It's in the lives you touch, sometimes in ways you'll never fully realize. The little things, a kind word, a helping hand, a stand for justice, or a quiet act of perseverance, all contribute to a life that echoes far beyond your final chapter. To leave a powerful legacy, you must live intentionally, with values that guide your decisions and a vision that transcends the temporary. It's about building something that lasts, not just in material form, but in spirit. A legacy rooted in love, authenticity, and service has a ripple effect that continues long after you're gone. And when people speak of you or remember you, they won't just recall what you did, but how you made them feel and what you stood for. Your story is not just yours, it becomes part of the collective memory of others. When you live with passion, purpose, and sincerity, your life becomes an example, a source of inspiration, a model for those who come after. So as you move forward from today, remember this: your story is still being written. The pen is in your hands, not in the hands of your past, not in the opinions of others, and not in the fears that whisper doubt. You have the power to craft a life that is meaningful, bold. Don't wait for the perfect moment to begin. Begin now. Write with passion, write with honesty, write with courage. Make your story one that when you look back, you can say, I lived fully, I chose wisely, I wrote it well.